Hey everyone, I'm here with Christian GERSDORFF, one of Porsche Center Edmonton's sales executives, and today's video we are going to talk about the Porsche Cayenne. So Christian, my first question is, what made Porsche take the leap into creating the Cayenne, or an SUV as a whole? During the time of them actually making this vehicle, the luxury SUV market was rather scarce in my opinion, but there was no real, sport SUV segment yet until Porsche jumped in. So what made them want to do that?
Yeah, well, I mean, they obviously saw that it was a growing market. Like you said, the X5 was kind of the X5 and the ML were, I guess, the first ones to come out. Range Rover obviously had vehicles as well, but it was starting to become a very popular segment in the automotive industry. So Porsche at the time were also in financial burden. They actually were on the verge of going bankrupt at one time. So during kind of the mid-90s, they were in rough times. So their new CEO of Ave NW actually came in, and his implementation of going with a sport SUV, the Cayenne, and the Boxster actually is what saved the brand. I mean, along with a few other things, but the Cayenne played a tremendous role in the fact that Porsche is still a company today and that they're building amazing cars like the GT cars.
Yeah, definitely needed to make a drastic change to save the company and still have all the sports cars and luxury SUVs that we see today. I know talking about 911 in our previous conversations, there's been some rare and exclusive models, but is there any exclusive Cayennes out there or any rare numbered Cayennes out there?
Yeah, there are actually. I mean, you don't see them very often. Cayenne, well, Porsche actually, when they introduced the Cayenne, they actually went racing with it in something called the Trans-Siberia Rally. It's similar to the Dakar Rally. So they actually had international teams that went racing in Cayennes, and they were equipped for severe off-road use, spare tires, that sort of thing. And it was actually a couple of Canadians that really made a pretty big impact, no pun intended, I guess, because my friend Case and a friend of mine that works out in Toronto at one of the dealerships out there. He used to work for Porsche headquarters. His name's Lawrence. He was a photographer for Porsche. They were actually racing in this Cayenne, and they came over top of a hill, and they flew. I mean, they flew and literally smashed end over end over end. The engine was 50 feet away. I mean, they were actually quite famous for that. So they did come out with a Trans-Siberia edition back in, I think, 2008, and they were unique. I mean, they had a unique color combination of black and orange, silver and orange, very similar to the GT3 RS's, the 911s, the color combinations of those. So they had those. They came out with a Porsche Design Edition 3 in 2010, I believe, as well. They were limited production, and they had unique color and decal combinations as well. They came with a bunch of special gifts as part of the package, and then they actually had a 25th anniversary Cayenne as well. We actually had one here just the other day. Very unique vehicle as well. Special badging on the door sills and that sort of thing. Had the E81 power package as well, so it had extra horsepower. So, pretty neat.
So definitely like extra power, extra exclusivity with the designs and overall look of the vehicle. And then obviously sometimes it comes with some, extra goodies like that 25th anniversary as well. Well, I know previously too, when we actually saw that 25th anniversary together, you and I, we were also talking about other things that the Cayenne's done before. And I believe they also had manual transmissions at one point in time as well. Yeah, when did that stop? Because I haven't seen one myself in person, but I'd love to, have the opportunity to see what that kind of vehicle would look like and be on the road.
I believe, if I remember correctly, it was either 2013 or 2014 that was the last year that they offered that. They offered a manual transmission, the V6 version, from day one. In Europe, you could get a manual in the S as well, in the V8, and in 2008, I believe it was, they offered the Cayenne GTS with a manual as well. So that was a 405 horsepower V8 with a 6-speed manual in it. So, yeah, pretty neat to be able to roll your own gears on a big heavy SUV like that. But
no kidding, hey?
Unfortunately, they're pretty rare to see. You don't see them very often, and they didn't sell a ton of them, unfortunately, just because that's not really what the market wanted. But pretty neat that they offered it.
it's a pretty niche crowd for something like that. But for those that just want a chance to even see one, or possibly hopefully one day maybe take it for a drive, that'd be an incredible experience. Well, Christian, that's the last question that I really wanted to discuss with you with the Porsche Cayenne. Is there anything you want to say to the people watching right now?
No, I mean, other than just if you're looking for an SUV, the Cayenne obviously is, in my opinion, the best option out there. I mean, you really have to drive them. There's a misconception that a Cayenne is essentially a Volkswagen Touareg or an Audi Q7 with a different body on it, and it's not the case. And if you drive the competition and you drive the Cayenne, you'll notice that it is definitely a Porsche. It has its own unique driving characteristics. Porsche just does nothing but build fantastic vehicles, and that's definitely one of them as well.
Yeah, unique and nevertheless a Porsche. I like that. Well, thank you for your time, Christian, and have a good one.
Yeah, you too.